Can't play anything because it's stupid. Yo, Spooky, what's good? How you doing, bro? Thought I'd jump back on, but fucking cut my finger cooking. look, I'm not flipping the bird. Cut my finger cooking and I can't play guitar. I can play with the other thing. I can't do chords like this. Ow, fucking hurts. So I sound terrible, right? Ow! If I press down on it, that starts bleeding and shit. Oh my god, I fucked myself up. I meant to have a gig tomorrow playing guitar, yeah. I fucked my finger up. No, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it. Jesus, what an idiot! Why was I trying to cook anyway? Oh man, oh, I love to hear it, bro. Yeah, that's dope. Send me some shit, man. Just bstixproduction@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what you've been working on, man. I just plugged in like one of my hard drives from some old stuff. So I was gonna see if there's anything that anything decent that I've got from back in the day. I've got so many beats and Geordie or Hordy or however you say your name, bro. Thank you, man. You guys must literally like chop your fingers up all the time. It sucks, right? And I'm trying to play guitar. I've got to play tomorrow. I've got a gig. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to cancel it. But yeah, this one finger, and you don't realize how much you need actually, like everything. If it was my thumb, I'd be all right because I don't really use the thumb much. But this finger is really important. Like all those like nice chords that I want to play. Anyway, I'll sleep on it tonight, and I'm praying and hoping and praying that that tomorrow is better. At least it's good enough. But you can't play guitar with a flipping like band-aid plaster on there. Do you know what I mean? That's just long. But anyway, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I've got so much stuff on here, so many old beats, and I'm gonna try and just turn it up. Hang on. Tell me if you can hear that, man. All right, I got you. Right, so you can hear that beat that was just playing, right? And the main thing is, yeah, if you keep things simple, right? I'm a simple guy. If you keep things simple and there's only a couple elements, it's easier. Oh, wicked, that's good, Jordy. If you keep things simple and there's only a couple elements, then it's gonna be a lot easier to mix. So I'm gonna do a whole video on mixing. In fact, like, you know, Infinite, I'm not sure how you say his name exactly, but I've got a little mixing collab video with him coming up. I love his content. Devon, shout out to Devon. He's dope. Does all the West Coast stuff. So we're gonna do a little collab on some mixing stuff. But I'm also gonna do a full mixing video because it's one of those things that I spent years like trying to get every plugin, watch every tutorial on like compression, EQ and effects and all that shit. And I just like, the main conclusion, like the records that I love, the records that I love are like, are usually quite simple. You need space for the low end, for the 808 usually, because, you know, the low end is what's going to make people move and dance. Like, it's really, well, do whatever they're going to do with the music. R&B, they're probably, you know, bedroom activities, let's just say, or dancing activities, or strip club activities, whatever it is. You're going to need like that kick and that 808 at the bottom to just be like clear, punchy. So you're gonna have to leave a lot of space for that. So like my first thought is like get the low end really, really strong. Normally I have like 2 or 3 different kicks, and I use the same kicks for like all of my beats. I just find that easy because once I get that kick hitting at about -6 dB, everything else I can mix to it, because I know that once I put my mastering chain on top of that, it's gonna be fire. It's just gonna bang. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna sound fire in the club. It's gonna sound fire in the car, wherever you're gonna listen to it. Yeah. So simplicity, then choosing the right sounds. Like again, you'll see I usually will use the same 808s because I know they hit the low end hits. I know that they cut through on small speakers. Yeah, no, man, it's one of those things, you know. Again, sound selection, and then I level everything to my kick. And I don't really like, sometimes I use a bit of compression or like transient design, you know, like transient shaping. Like there's a plugin Waves have called like, I think it's Trans X or something. Trans X, it sounds like some LGBT plugin. But yeah, it basically like you can increase like how snappy or hard your drums hit. I'll include that in my mixing video as well. But if you look up that transient shaping plugin, you can like add a little bit of extra punch to the start of your drums. But again, look, a lot of people are just going to be using like the stock 808 claps, 808 snaps. Yeah, that's right. Stix or Sykes, however you say your name, bro. So like you've got to be thinking about your sound selection, whether that be drums. Like I watch so many videos with like Metro, with like you know, even Lex Luger back in the day, all these guys producing Deep Hat, whoever it is, and Timberland. Like it all boils down to having fire sounds off the bat. Like I know those guys use a lot of the BWB kits, like the Wheezy kits and stuff. Like you can't go wrong with those sounds. They're just tried and tested. I know they've been used a million times, but there's a reason that you hear them still in every record. Like, but if you want to stand out a little bit, mix and match. Like I think, yo, what's up, Leo? I think as I always say, Monty Booker's kit is fire. Like he's got some different sounds, or just like sample some of your own sounds. Like whether that be, I mean, Splice is even got sounds. Like there's so many kits. If I tried to keep up with all the kits that were out, drums and stuff, but I keep it simple. Like I'll just keep it raw with you. I just use the bog standard, because what I hear on Spotify, what I hear, tunes that are, I think, are fire and whatnot, are all using sounds that I've heard 100 times, 1,000 times before. I don't want to say don't be original, but sometimes like if it's working, it's working. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So anyway, so that's like drums. And again, you don't need a million claps. Those EDM sort of days where, you know, people were layering like 5,000 claps to make one clap. I just think a clap and a snare, or like a rim shot. Listen to type beats that are like, again, popping off on YouTube, and try and sort of see what sounds they're using. Like a lot of my thing over the years, and when I was like looking at the chords of Brent Fires and all these people, I'm analyzing what are the drum sounds that these guys are using, what are the synth sounds, how many sounds do I think they're using, like recreating certain beats, certain sounds. It's good exercises, because you can then like start to realize, right, like it's not that complicated. I mean, these guys are getting this stuff mixed by top mixers, you know. Okay, something's down. Let's be recorded from it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's do you know what? Guitar VST amps. Yeah, Guitar Rig is dope. Like, you know what I use a lot? Just the stock Logic amp. Again, I'm lazy, and I think like with guitar. Okay, so what first of all, ask what kind of sound are you looking for? Do you just want it to sound like it's been amped by a real amp, or do you want it to sound like, you know, effects, delays? Like most times I use effects. I'll just reach for like sound toys, um, and actual effects that you know, plugins rather than a VST. I don't use like guitar VSTs too much, but yes, I have used Guitar Rig and I do like Guitar Rig. Like it is good. It is good for sure. Reverb, like again, I would not say I'm a master of reverb, but if I want things to sound ambient, I will put. I always use in Valhalla Vintage Verb, Valhalla Room, and I'll just put that on, and I'll kind of like I'll dial it up to a level where it's too much, and then I'll pull it back. If that makes sense. That's a good suggestion with anything as well. Give it too much, and then pull it back until you're kind of like getting that effect that you want, and then you're like, yeah, that's it. I also sidechain my reverbs a lot. Basic bass preparation. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, yeah. How do you find the sound? Do you know what? Sometimes I put these things on, and I think that they're better. I've gone to old projects before and opened them up, and I've been like, I took half the plugins off, and it sounded better. Do you know what I mean? I was actually honest with myself. I was like, I know I have Guitar Rig. I should use it, but when I took it off, the sound sounded fatter. It sounded fuller, less compressed, whatever it is, and I'm like, I don't need that. Do you know what I mean? But again, if it works for you, this is the thing I say. Like you'll see sometimes, a lot of times I'm just using that Scarby Rickenbacker bass straight off of the straight out the box. I'm not adding nothing to it. No plugins, nothing. Like just like, yeah, that sounds good. Fuck it, leave it. But that's sample. When I'm doing samples, I think I'm in a different mind space to when I'm making actual beats, because when I'm making actual beats, I'm thinking a lot more about, no, the low end has to hit, it has to match another track, like a commercial track. Honestly, my favorite plugin for mixing is Reference AB, which is just like I'll just chuck in a bunch of songs that I like the sound of, and I'll just reference that off, and I'll try and make it modo based. Ah, sick. Yeah, oh, sweet. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I love that. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So what was I saying? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Metric AB. Like, and there's another track called Reference by Mastering the Mix. Honestly, like that plugin saved my life back in the day, because I thought, yeah, this mix is sounding great. This mix is sounding. And I on a commercial mix, and I was like, no, I need to do my homework. And from that point, I think I was like, the more simple you keep things, like as I said before, 2 synth sounds, a lead sound, a bass, and then drums, and maybe like some vocal chops or some like ear candies. Bang, that's all you need. Because look, listen to a lot of these beats or tracks again, like these ones that are successful on even the type beats. They're so simple. You just find a piano, like I'm talking R&B, piano, a bass line, whether that be like your sawtooth bass, like sorry, I'm tired. Time to pull up melodies and stuff. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I never sample existing records, really. Although like that's something that I should. I kind of make everything. I say to people, even when people are like, "Oh, can we collab? Can we collab?" I'm like, "Oh, we can collab. I'll send you starters." And I'm like, I never use anyone's starters. I know that sounds like big headed or whatever, but I'm such a control freak for my own stuff that I would rather send starters to people. If people send me stuff, I know this is bad because so many opportunities can come from collaborating like that, but I'm like, I always like to start from my own from my own on my own. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, spooky like that, like myself. If I'm making it, I'm in that headspace. Like I don't want your thing to send me on a certain way. Yeah, exactly. I find a starter like it's just because I maybe because I know music theory and like send me a starter and it's just a couple chords. I'm like, yeah, but I could do that in 2 minutes myself. I know that sounds big headed, but I'm like, I work it out and I'm like, I guess what it's good for is like starting from somewhere that I probably wouldn't have started. Do you know what I mean? Like giving you some inspiration that's like, well, I wouldn't have thought to go there. Like, and then and then like I can see the use of it. But I don't know what it is. I just think I've got a big ego, man. Like it's not a good thing. I'm like, I just want to do it all myself. I just want to do it all myself. Do you know what I mean? I used to work with another guy. We were like a production duo. We did a lot of music for media, TV, and stuff like that. We had some stuff on some short films, all sorts. But it got to a point where like our egos were clashing, and I was just like, I can do this without you. And he was like, he'd had enough as well, and we were just like, yeah, resampling is yeah. I would definitely do that. I haven't, because like nowadays, honestly, I kind of make samples for packs, or I do like collaborations with like some other people, and then I don't make many beats to resample to do something else. Do you know what I mean? Like I do a sample and then I'm like, that's done. Even though I could probably resample it and make it into something even different. I like these guys like Louis and stuff. Like their sound designing is on the next level. I've never like said to anyone that I'm like a genius of sound design and like chopping and messing. I'm more like I know theory. I can play, and I make like musical samples, I guess you'd say, that sort of like not not don't rely too heavily. I think maybe if I couldn't play instruments, I'd be way more creative with my sound designing, if that makes sense. Because yeah, right now I do a little bit, but I just get bored. Like my interest is like coming up with new chords and stuff, new chord progressions that and then just messing with them from there and like adding stuff. But yeah, resampling is a you know is a thing. It is, I love it. It is really cool because again, something that can take you somewhere that you wouldn't naturally go. I'm all for that, because sometimes you just get stuck in a creative rut. Do you know what I mean? Like you can just be like, I'm always making the same shit, or it always sounds the same. You know, there's any different section. Yeah. That's what's up. That's dope. Because I think again, you know, different sections are always important. I always find for me a different section, I'll sort of, instead of chopping it, I'll do some chord variations or like change them up a little bit normally, or like play the same chords but hold it for different rhythms, hold it for longer and stuff, rather than like doing the same thing again, you know. Yeah, my finger is fucked. Oh no, there's someone singing, two people singing tomorrow, sax player, so they're relying on me to be all right for tomorrow, but like fucking cooking. And it wasn't even cooking, like I put my hand in the drawer to get out a knife, and there was a cat, like a peeler, a vegetable peeler. It was like facing up and the blade was there, and I just like put my hand straight onto the blade. It was like almost like having a razor, and it just went slice the fucking finger. So long. I'm just hoping like healing does its magic. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm somehow I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna have a few shots before it and just get through it. Like I'll try and play with like three fingers. There was this guitarist back in the day. He was called Django Reinhardt, and he was an absolute master. Gypsy jazz he played, and he had two fingers, I think. But the way he played a guitar was better than most people with fucking five. It sounded like he had 10 fingers on one hand. Honestly, Django Reinhardt. Let me have a look. Yeah. Major. Okay, cool. So, I love that. That's brilliant. So like, I always say like, I divide, and I took this from a guy called Joe Pass, who's like a jazz giant of music, and he would play things. Oh, nice, Kenny Barron, love that, man. You're talking jazz, big jazzers now. That's dope. I love that. But yeah, so major seven. So you got major chords, you got minor chords, and you've got dominant chords, right? 3 groups, and everything else can be like diminished and augmented can all be like chucked into the dominant category. And if you think about major chords, major seventh is just your major triad added one note. Your major nine is just add another note to the major seventh, you know. So between major sevenths and major nines, like you've got tons of interesting voicings, right? Because you can move the voicings around from like just playing your. I can't really. I'll try. This is a So this is a major seventh. This is a major seventh. No, it's not because I can't play the fucking note. But I'm just trying to show you different voicings, and you can do all kinds of different voicings of a major seventh that will make it sound different. Minor. So you know, you got your minor triad, your just basic minor triad, and then you're going to add one more note and make it a minor seventh, and then you're going to add another note and make it a minor ninth. Now, between like minor nines and major sevenths and major nines, you can do a shit ton of stuff. So you've got more than enough to like to play there. If you get those voicings, if you get those chord voicings down. Unfortunately, with guitar, Geordie, like if you're just producing, it's a bit easier because you can just draw the notes in. Unfortunately, with guitar, unless you kind of really commit to learning it, then you're not really gonna. There's no kind of magic trick to know. The only magic trick I can think of is if you bar your whole hand down, like your whole finger down. That's a minor seventh shape. So if I play this, that is actually a B minor seventh, and that is an A minor seventh. So okay, then I can go add that minor nine on there to jazz that up. And then you've got your minor nine shape. I can't fucking do it because of this finger. But the minor nine shape is one of my favorite shapes on the guitar. It's such a good sound. Learn stuff like runs and licks. Yeah, jazz people. Yeah, that's right. Well, the best way that that people learn that is transcribing. Again, it's long, it's boring, it takes forever, but there's no real shortcut because that stuff's difficult. So if you really want to know what those notes and stuff are, then get a hold of some. I mean, look, Spotify is your friend, YouTube is your friend. Get some of those like old Miles Davis, John Coltrane records, Charlie Parker, and just listen to the sax or whatever it is that your ear is drawn to, and just like try and transcribe. And there's tons of like YouTube videos where people are transcribing or helping you to transcribe, and then they'll go do you know what I mean? All those little licks. All those little licks. And then once you get them down and you understand where they're going, you can kind of put them into your own playing. And that's how like people learn. Yeah. Okay, sick. Yeah, that's dope. Open Studio is amazing. Like those two guys, right? The older guy with the glasses, and the probably like again the guy that's in his sort of late 30s, 40s. I love their stuff. It's really good and it's very accessible, and they teach really well as well. I'd recommend that Open Studio. Like there's a reason there, and their social media is on point as well. They're killing it on socials. But yeah, I'd recommend their stuff is really good. I'm going to definitely do a course as well. A lot of people have been asking, and I've just been like putting it off because the course is a lot of work, and I want to make sure that it's something different, not just something that, you know, people just put a course because they just want to sell a course. I want to make sure that it's relevant to like the producer community, and it can like really give you some tools that maybe, you know, just I know everything's out there's under the sun, there's nothing new, but the way I would do it, I would try and make it like interesting and something you can use, you know, really make it really accessible. Yeah, 251s are like, I mean, again, jazz is 251s, like, and there's so many different possibilities, tritone substitution, secondary dominant stuff, like it's a world, like it's a rabbit. Theory is like a rabbit hole, man. Like, and it all depends what you want to do. I mean, for producing, like, if you for producing like R&B and stuff like that, like, you know, you really don't need much theory knowledge. But if you want to do it for your own, wicked, bro. If you just, yeah. My job. So I'm a full-time musician. I play, like, I obviously do production. I sell type beats. But I was a musician first. First a drummer. So my first instrument was drums. Hence why I've got all kinds of real kit, drums and shit. One of my snares. I've got another like 6. I play drums, jazz actually, jazz and like all kinds of drumming. Mainly it's like sessions, TV stuff again. I toured with artists, so I would jam, do like fusion. Don't know if you know, like jazz fusion gigs in London, all over the place, and then weddings and parties and shit. And then I got into production with that guy I was speaking about before. Learned guitar, taught myself from YouTube actually. But I already played a little bit. But yeah, taught myself mainly. And then just was like making money by drumming and teaching as well. Good drums. Oh, she's okay. What, a real drum kit or like drum samples and sounds? So yeah, and now I basically have I play at weddings, I DJ at weddings, and I do live music. I play acoustic and I play percussion mainly, not drum kit anymore. And I gig with people all the time: singers, sax players, guitarists. Mainly I play percussion, DJing, and I'm doing like parties. I had 2 parties this weekend. So yeah, my living, and I've, touch wood, managed to buy a house, put my kid through school, like, which I'm doing right now. You know, have a life, go on holidays and shit, and you know, and spend money and reinvest it into all the equipment I've got here. So yeah, I've been blessed, like, that I can make a living, a career out of okay, cool. So, make a living out of music. So it's been crazy, but I love it, man. And every day's different, and that's what's up. That's the dream. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like a big kid, so I just love buying shit that I never use, like all these pedals down here, and fucking cameras and computers and tech and all that shit. I'm just like, you know, any normal gear nerd, you know. So like, already got the Monty Booker kits, yeah. The BWB, like the R&B stuff, like is all good, you know. G minor, okay, cool. What, those samples? If you just literally go on Reddit drum kits, I know this is bad, right? This is terrible because I sell kits. But if you look up the BWB kits, right? BWB kits. Honestly, you bundle 1 to 6. It's got every fucking sound you're ever gonna have. Right, 6. Right, I'm gonna. Yeah, oh man, bro, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm a little bit older. Not that much older, but a little bit older, in my 30s. So but you know, that's how we do. Like, still making a living and still doing good. So you know, I can give all my knowledge back to the younger generation and try and just try and help you guys out. So that's not a dumb question at all. It doesn't mean that it should only have minor chords in it. So like, the best way I can explain this is talking about the key of C major, right? Which is a major key. But I'm going to show you something cool, right? I'll go over to the piano because I can't play guitar right now because of my fucking finger. So I'm going to bring the phone across, right? Here we go. Let's just spin. Right. So here we are. We've got a keyboard, right? I'm going to explain to you minor and major chords, minor and major keys in an easy way that you can understand. Okay, you following, right? So we're in the key of C major, right? So that means that our chords are going to be built from the C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 1, 2. Let's see it as we can see it as numbers as well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, right, our 1, our home is C. Right, let's build a chord from our 1. To build a major chord, which is going to be, so we're going to have a chord and assign a chord to each note on the scale as we move up, right? The C major scale. So our first chord is going to be a C major triad, which is just like our 1 chord in its most basic form. And to make a C major triad, you're going to take the 1, the 3 being that E, right? C, D, E, and the 5. Right, that's our most basic chord, right? That is a C major chord. Now, if we move to the next note in the scale, we can build a chord off of the next note, which is D. And immediately you're going to see that not all the chords are going to be major, because listen to this. You can instantly hear, if I play it down there, that 2 chord is a minor chord. And what you're going to find, right, in any major scale, your 1 chord is going to be a major, your 2 chord is going to be a minor chord, your 3 chord is going to be a minor chord as well. If you play it down here, you're going to hear it sounds kind of sad. It's a minor chord. Our 4 chord, F, is going to be a major chord. You can build thousands and thousands of songs, as I always say, off of the 1-4 progression, a major 1-4 progression. Check this. Okay, 1-4. Now, instead of jumping all the way up there, what about if we just went? We're still playing a 1-4 progression, but all we've done is I'm keeping this C note, which is also in the F chord, but instead of it being on the top, I'm dropping it down an octave. So now all I have to do to change between a 1-4 is do that, right? Okay, now you can take that up. I'll show you why not. So you can see that you've got a major chord as the 1, a minor chord as the 2, a minor chord as the 3, a major chord as the 4. Now the 5, which is G, is a major chord or a dominant chord. And the 6 is a minor chord. And this A minor is key now, because this A minor is the relative minor, we call it, of C major. Okay? So we can now, we now know, if we go to the 7, and that's a B diminished, half diminished chord, don't worry about that for now. But if we go to the 6, right, that A minor, the cool thing is, we've learnt the scale of C major, but we've also learned all the chords in A minor. Does that make sense? Because if we call A now our 1, and we walk up, B is our 2, C is our 3 chord, which is major, D is our 4 chord, which is minor, F is our 5 chord, which is minor. Let me know if you're still following me. Oh no, E, sorry, is our 5 chord, which is minor. F is our 6 chord, which is major. G, 7, which is major or dominant, and back to 1, which is a minor chord. Do you see that in the A minor scale? And that applies, those rules apply to any key we can go with. Any minor key we can go with, and those chords will all be follow the same pattern, if that makes sense. So you can see that, like, no, the answer is, the short answer is no, not every chord will be a minor chord. So, but they will follow pattern that all other minor keys will also follow, which is a minor chord, a diminished chord, a major chord, a minor chord, a minor chord, a major chord, a dominant or major chord, then back to the minor chord again. Okay, so that's the pattern of A minor. And you can do cool stuff, like you can go, you know, like basic kind of 1-5-4 progression, things like that. You know, if that makes sense, then that's all good. And that's like in its basic form, you know, but you can like, again, I can do cool stuff like, I've got that one chord, right? Back in C, I'm thinking of C major again. Now I add one more note. It's a major 7th now, right? Beautiful. And like that, and you can start playing. You know, yeah. This that keyboard was my dad's. It's actually an original Wurlitzer from the late 70s, I think, when he had it. It's fucking sounds so good, honestly. So yeah, it's not a Rhodes, but it's like a Rhodes. If you look up Wurlitzer, that's what Frank Ocean used to write all his stuff. It's a Wurlitzer 200A, I think. Omnisphere's got a really good model of it. But yeah, it's a fire keyboard, that's for sure. Yeah, love it. So that's dope. But yeah, that's a little theory breakdown. But knowing some theory does open up doors, you know. Oh, it really does. It takes a chord from just being like nursery rhyme to R&B. Do you know what I mean? And there's some really good things you can do with like with voicings and stuff. That's what like there's only 12 notes, so the way that you voice chords makes all the difference, you know. And as I always say, if you put that on a pad sound, like I've got this let me see. I'm doing a new tutorial for I'm gonna do like a egg crew thingy. I swear, like I watched the video the other day. It might have been Weaver or someone who said that there's been a case where because you can't copyright AA music or something, like it's gonna die. I honestly think like that the future is coming. AI is here, but it cannot replace. I just don't think it can replace a human feeling and emotion, at least not yet. So we still could be good for a couple of years. I'll just say like it is worrying, but you've got to just in a way you've just got to like just keep doing what you're doing and have faith and be the best that you can be, like, and try and create networks, because that's one thing that that AI can't do, is it? Like, you know, power in numbers. If you've got a little crew of people that are all, you know, have the similar vision, or you get out there with other creatives and you just start, you know, collaborating on different projects and stuff. Yeah, that's right. The future is inevitable, man. Change is always happens. Like from fucking CDs coming, and when there was vinyl records and everyone saying that's going to be the end of vinyl. But look at vinyl now. Do you know what I mean? Like vinyl's having a reserve. Like vinyl is like people are still buying it and shit. There you go, right? That is a very good way to think about it. Yeah, you don't want to sit in a room like there's something, and I know that I probably can hear it more than most people, as you can. But when I listen to the AI stuff, sorry, I'm just hearing if my little boy is crying. Sounds all right. When I listen to it, it's lacking something human. There's like some soul missing there. I can always hear it, and it just doesn't sit right with me. And I know it's going to get better, and it's probably going to, like, you know, sound incredible soon, but I don't know. It's just something a bit uncomfortable about it. A good distributor. See, DistroKid, I heard is like all kinds of shit coming from them. I don't really deal with that side of things too tough, you know. Bandcamp, I think's all right, but I just stay on like. I don't really upload music to Spotify and you know, like in that sense. I'm more so just like I'm also just kind of doing what I'm doing on YouTube. One thing I will do that everyone keeps asking is do a Discord. Do you think that's worth it? Like, for me, I've got limited time anyway. Usually it's a Saturday night here in London, I'd probably be normally I'd be gigging, I'd be doing a wedding or something. Um, but yeah, I would love to have a that community set up where everyone can kind of come and share ideas and stuff. I know. Yeah, yeah. I was saying before, I'm a full-time musician, so I sell type beats. I've got a pretty successful channel with that. I write music for TV and media, and I edit audio for people, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, honestly, I've got so many fingers in pies, all music related. I also, yeah, cheers, bro. I also play weddings. I have a wedding business where I do entertainment, DJing, live music. I work with another guy. We run that. We have about 50 weddings a year, traveling around Europe and in England as well. And we DJ and we do like all the music, and that earns a lot of money, so that's good. And then yeah, I do a bit of YouTubing, but that doesn't really, that's more so just to give back. I do a bit of designing as well, which is kind of still creative. Things like dope, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. Like, give yourself the tools so that you don't, you can do it yourself. Because in this day and age, it's almost like it's necessary in it. Whereas back in the day, you could probably just like be a singer songwriter and just let someone else do all the production stuff. But now people just, there's no excuse not to do it yourself. You've got the same plugins as everyone else. Oh man, what country are you from? You can imagine what music I play. Benson Boone, fucking Ed Sheeran, wedding music. But I play a lot of Irish weddings, Indian weddings. So I've got playlists for every fucking culture, from Irish dancing to fucking tell a lie. I haven't got. I've got some. Like in England, you don't really get like a lot of Latin. I don't play a lot of Latin stuff, so I don't really know too much like of that. But yeah, in the UK, there's like a music here that was massive in like the early 2000s called garage, UK garage. Don't know if you've heard of it, but it is fire actually. People like Craig David and who else is big in the garage thing? Like, there's like a lot of So Solid crew and people like this that were like just had one hit, Luck and Neat. So yeah, like a lot of garage, a lot of house from like classic house stuff that was like big in the UK, like Ibiza sort of music. Not EDM though, it's like soulful house and that kind of stuff. But then like ABBA and Taylor Swift, all that shit. But you know what? I'm like, if I have to do that and I can avoid going into an office and working in a 9 to 5 in a bank or whatever, or any kind of other job where I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but I'm like, for me, I'm still in doing something music related. I'm earning good money. I'm doing my thing, and I can work the hours I want, and it's a business at the end of the day. It's a business. So and I also teach drums and guitar in the schools. So like that and being a dad and having a missus as well, which, as you know, takes up a lot of fucking time. But yeah, so I'm blessed really because I've been able to make a career, and up till now I haven't worked a proper, I guess you'd say, proper job for many years. Yeah, I'm just playing through some old shit that I've got here. Busy life, man. That's what's up. That's the best way. Because I'm ADHD. It's the only way I can do it. Oh, that's dope. See, I just like it. Blank canvas. I can produce music like Adele. It's funny because I've chosen to go like I love R&B, like I've always have, and I've chosen that as like a lane on YouTube. It may not be the best choice because it's still, if I was strictly going for YouTube numbers, I should probably have gone for pop or something like that. I can do that, but I just didn't feel as passionate. I've made Adele-like music for Sync, for briefs, and for some library companies as well. I can even play you some that I've done for like library music companies back in the day. That's like, let me have a look. I'll have to look it up. Okay, here we go. And this stuff makes money. I get royalties on this. Let me just have a look. I'll find some more. Okay, let me find this. Anyone? Just need to look it up quickly. Let me see this. So there we go. It's gonna come on now probably. Let me just see. Oh wow. What's good? I love that, man. Alex, that's dope. Where in India? What's up to your cousin as well? This is one of the tracks that I did that's like Adele-ish. Oh, sick. You see that kind of, I know Jane. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, I'll check him out, bro. What kind of music? R&B or like kind of Desi Bhangra kind of sound? What's up, Anuv? How you doing, man? I'm gonna check out your music for sure. Like, you know, I feel privileged that you're here watching my little stream. But yeah, if you need any tracks, man, let me know. Hit me up. I'll pop indie folk. Did you produce everything? Yeah, yourself as well. That's dope. So, oh yeah, oh I loved that, man. That was so fire. His tiny desk was, yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. It was crazy. And then I watched Marvin Sapp's one as well. Check that out. Gospel artist, but I've just loved his voice for years. Like some of his songs, just super dope. Ah, okay, bro. Okay, sweet. Well, yeah. What's good, Anuv and Alex? What's up, man? Love from Jamaica. Ah, man, dope. Jamaica in the house. I love that. My missus is family are from Jamaica. Is it somewhere called Elizabeth? Is it Port Elizabeth? Or no, is that am I saying wrong place? I'm trying to think. Yeah, but oh man, I love to hear that. That's wicked. Like send me stuff you're working on. Like hit me up on Instagram, man. Make sure. Like it's crazy that, you know, you put something out here in the UK, and people all over the world are you know, getting something from it, and then inspiring their creativity. Like that makes it all worthwhile, you know. Honestly, I just love hearing that. That just inspires me to keep going and carry on as well. You know, because sometimes you end up chasing numbers and thinking like, oh, this video is not doing well and da-di-da-di-da. It's all about the algorithm and shit. But like, then you're just like, no, just make stuff that you want to do and don't worry and try not to watch the numbers, you know, and the watch time and all that shit. Because there'll be, if one person, St. Elizabeth, that's the one. Yeah, man. So it's like, yeah, if someone gets something out of it and it inspires them, I guess that's like winning, right? It's got to be, man. There's more to life than just like making money and shit. You know, you've got to be inspired and yeah, to inspire people is like, that's what's up. Love that, man. But yeah, hit me up on IG. I'm probably gonna make a move soon because again, I'm gigging tomorrow somehow with my fucking finger. It's fucked up. Yeah. Hit me up, Alex. Have you got me on IG? Yeah, B Stix Production. Yeah, hit me up there. Let me have a look. Hang on, Anu Jane. Okay, yeah, for sure. Like lo-fi indie pop. Yeah, I haven't got that for sure. Yeah, you can do that, man. Anyone, just like send me shit. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. If you hit me up on IG, or my email is just bstixproduction@gmail.com. If you can't remember it, it's in the bio link, I think, on my channel. But yeah, I might not get back to you instantly, but yeah, I will do for sure. Oh man, adios, bro. It's about the extent of my Spanish, but yeah, gracias. Right. Yeah. Keep in touch. Watch out for some new shit coming out soon. I'm gonna clock off, but you take care, guys.